listening to Tiger Smith Shooting with Friends podcast. All views and opinions of our guests are theirs alone. They don't necessarily reflect how we feel here at the UWC Network or the UWC Network podcasts. If they say something that offends you, I apologize in advance. If you would like to sit down and speak about why what they said offended you, we are all ears and we are eager to have that conversation. If I say something that offends you, I apologize. This is your moment to not press play. Doing so, you understand you are opening yourself up to a situation where you may be offended or you may be overall upset about something that may or may not come out of my mouth. That being said, this is your last chance, Dandelion. You can stop. Okay, here's the show.
Coming to the stage, Tiger Smith.
I'll shoot him.
Underworld Cartel.
Who shoot? Shoot.
Tiger Smith shooting with friends. What's going on, everybody? Tiger Smith here. We've got a very fun person in the den tonight. We've got Dewey Lee. Is that how I'm saying it?
Dewey Murray, Dewey Lee,
Dewey Murray.
Dew Dust, sure. Blue Dewey. We can go on and on and on.
Do you still do all those?
No.
I thought you stopped. Doing all those.
I did, but when Halloween season approaches, Dew Dust is always lurking in the shadows.
Well, for as much money as you spent on the gimmick, you better use it.
Fun fact, the original Gold Dust outfit,
yeah,
and I'm going to throw this back, you remember a guy named Star Rider?
Oh, of course.
The manager?
Yeah.
That was actually gifted to me as
really?
A graduation gift when I graduated high school.
That's fucking cool. Wow. Wait, you were, oh, wow.
I started when I was 15.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm that young old, they call it.
Yeah. That's, wow. That's huge. Dewey, see, I just want to say Dewey Lee. You've been working at this shit for a while now. When did you break out again?
I broke out in 2004.
Damn, that long ago?
Yeah.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
Fuck me, man. Wow. Okay. All right. Respect. So, who were your big influences?
Big influences. Wow. So I was always a Shane Douglas fan. That's
Same.
Still one of my dream matches that's never happened.
Same.
I loved Goldust. Mm-hmm. I loved the Ultimate Warrior. I loved a lot of guys that had like the flamboyant, crazy characters and stuff like Rico and Chuck and stuff. Like right now, one of the funniest TikToks going around is when Rico did a sunset flip on Rikishi and smacked his ass back. I was like, I remember watching that SmackDown, but I don't remember that spot.
You know what? Does it look like official footage?
Yeah, it was.
It was, okay. Because they were notorious for cutting shit live. Like, nope, let's cut to a different,
Yeah.
So if that was somebody live watching it and filming it, I could see it. Because I know they did that a lot with Jeff Hardy. When Jeff Hardy would fucking botch, they would cut to a different camera. They would almost live cut the shit. So that way he looked better than he did. Because it was, he was everywhere.
Yeah, but nowadays they want to see the crash and burns.
Yeah, I know, but now.
That's why we got Darby Allin around.
That fucking guy. I feel bad for him. He's not going to be able to walk, I'd say, 18 years. He will not be able to walk right at all. Like, he'll walk, but he won't walk right.
He's going to be 35 years old with the back of a 95-year-old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you know what, though? He's living his best life. He's enjoying it. He's not complaining. And, obviously we're talking about him, so everybody else is talking about him. So he's doing a good job.
He's drawing money. Isn't that what they always say? Did he draw money? Yeah, he's drawing money. Which kind of makes his fans kind of like sadomasochists, don't they?
Well, I also think so, like, not to stray off from subjects, but, like, guys like him also kind of bring an edgier kind of feel to the older guys.
Okay.
It's not like they want to kind of keep up. It's like they kind of want to be like, all right, if this generation is doing it, let me kind of do it. Like, I would have never, in these 1,000 years ago, I'm going to see Sting go through glass.
Good point.
I would have never said that. But, he's working with Darby Allin. He's like, all right, this kid's doing this. This is kind of what's over. Let me give it a try.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up. That reminds me of when they did the the relaunch of ECW, right? And Ric Flair was fighting Big Show. And that, wasn't it Big Show where he was fighting him in a hardcore match and he was like bleeding all over the place? And I think I don't know if it was it barbed wire or he either did barbed wire or glass or something. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? That's Ric Flair, who used to shit on Mick Foley for doing that kind of shit. And now he's out there doing it. And it's like, it's rough. It's rough. Did you ever watch? Oh, sorry.
I mean, Ric Flair is now the king of merchandise.
Dude, he's phenomenal. I love Ric Flair.
We've got what is it? Woo Juice, which is like a mushroom-based energy drink. We got Woo Weed. We've got what's his latest commercial? Instead of Blue Chews, he goes get a Woo Chew. He does like some Viagra gimmick.
Was he chasing like an old lady on a fucking scooter or some shit?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I love Ric Flair, man. He's like one of those guys that's like, heaven forbid, when he finally punches his ticket, I will cry. That's a shoot. I will definitely tear up and cry on that one. He's one of those guys. You were asking me some crazy questions, before we turned on the mics. What were they again?
Oh, so I haven't been to the den since it's been remodeled. There used to be a wrestling ring in here. And
there was two different ones in here.
Yeah, then we were talking about the 6-sided one.
Yes.
Because over a decade ago, we did a show called, what was it, Busted Knuckle Pro or something?
Yeah.
They had
in Canada
6-sided ring from hell where we all got busted open when we hit the ropes. The ropes were shredded. The boards were broke. They put carpet padding down.
You know what I remember about that show now that you've said that? I remember, I don't know if, it may have been you, actually, but somebody... Wait, was Sweet on that show?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right, I do remember that. All right, so one of you two said to me, yo, this ring is fucked up, and said something about getting cut, while bouncing off the ropes. So I said, cool. I somehow worked my match so I was wrestling mostly out of the ring so I wouldn't get cut. I just remember that shit. That's fucked. I need to find that footage. I gotta find that footage.
I remember I got my singlet ripped and everything, and Rob got cut open. And
I remember that.
We were like, where the hell is this coming from? Like, what do we do? And, like, somebody's like, oh, look at the ropes. They're frayed.
Which is insane.
Huge hole.
Wasn't it metal? Wasn't it the elevator cable?
Yeah, it was elevator cable. Fuck. Then there was no... It wasn't... And now... I want to make this clear. When I say carpet padding, it wasn't the padding under the carpet. It was random pieces of carpet remnants that was actual, like, carpet.
Like, that's easy to land on. Fuck that.
Oh, my God. Canada, no commission.
No commission and every... You know what's funny about Canada? Well, for the old-timers, I'll say that because I'm an old-timer now, is that when I was coming up, the thought of wrestling in Canada was like, oh man, I'm going to be an international superstar now, and it's like, I got booked to Canada, I feel like nowadays it's just like, yeah, it's Canada, but it's like, to me at least, it was a big deal. It was like, fuck, I have to cross a border to wrestle. That's a big deal for me, and I wasn't getting booked in fucking Mexico or Japan or wherever. So yeah, that was big timing for me. And then I'm in the middle of a street during some fucking festival I don't even know, and we're getting cut up on a shitty ring. And
yeah, it wasn't Canada. It was some weird, like, not even like some Canada something. It was a weird holiday. It was one of their holidays.
It wasn't Boxing Day, was it?
No, because it was in like midsummer.
What the fuck was that? Because I remember it was like all right. If you're in the Rochester area, or I'm sure any city, that you have that one festival where it's like they close down the street and they'll have vendors and stuff in the middle of the street and everybody's walking around. For us, it's like the Park Ave Fest or whatnot. And literally, this ring is in the middle of it. I remember the street being like cobblestone-y. Was I wrong or like brick something like? Yeah, it was goofy. It was a goofy street.
It was like old fashioned. Yeah. But I want to say, Canada has kind of like how we have Veterans Day. I want to say it's called like fallen, like the fall is something to do with like fallen soldiers or something. If I remember right.
We got to fucking look this up.
We have to.
Fucking. But yeah, no, that was an interesting moment. That was definitely an interesting moment.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
And going over the border was always fun.
Shit. For you, maybe.
So I could tell a couple good border stories.
Let me hear you getting over the border.
So, I can name names because if he listens, he'll chuckle. I would always travel with Hellcat.
Okay.
And, like, we would work for Pistol Pete all the time. And And we would always go over, and we would always somehow get, like, stopped. The first couple times we went over, we never got stopped. Then we kept getting, like, frequently stopped. And, like, me and him are kind of those people, like, we'll ask a question when, you know, we feel like something's awkward. They never found nothing in the car every time they stopped us, anything. And he goes, hey, man, what's up? Like, we got clean records. There's nothing wrong. You guys never find nothing. This is, like, the 5th time in a row you've pulled us in. And the one lady's like, oh, don't you know, the neck tattoos, it's gangs in America, And we're like, what?
Are you serious?
And that was her serious answer back to him. Was like, it's your neck tattoo, Because I guess in America it symbolizes, like, and like, it has nothing negative to do. It's just his daughter's name. Like,
that's hilarious.
It's the funniest thing. And
I've never heard of that. That's phenomenal.
And then Maximo Suave.
Yeah.
He was with us this one time.
Uh-huh.
And then we got pulled in again. And we had this tall, middle-aged Canadian dude. Well, come to find out, Canadian dude wanted him some Suave.
Oh.
He found Suave's 8x10s. And he's like, hey, if you took your shirt off, do you look like that? Like in that picture?
Oh, my God.
And we're like nudging Macho, like, if you got to take your shirt off,
Jesus
you do
Christ.
what you got to do. We're getting over this border, Poppy.
God.
We're getting over the border. Show him the goods.
Did he do it?
He gave the guy a free 8x10.
Oh, that's it?
Right over the border.
He's
but
like...
it was one of the funniest things ever, because this dude looked straight as a cucumber until as soon as he started to talk, and he was like, hey, you look like that in the photos. And I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
Bro, he's hitting on you. We got pulled over because he's hitting on you. This is a completely different pull in, pull over.
That's, wow. I think the weirdest, because what I was going to ask you, did you guys always go in the same car?
We would either go, we always went in the same 2 cars. It was always the same 2 cars that were driven.
See, now that's funny, because when they pull you over, they have a record of that. So it's like, if they've already pulled you over and they have a record that they pulled you over, at that point, it's like, come on, bro. Like, I understand why you guys said that, but that's hilarious with the neck tattoo. And I'm wondering, will Suave ever buy to get by?
Gotta do what you gotta do, Poppy.
Yeah, that's fuck that. I'll tell you, it's not my game, not my game. And I was told that one time, and I don't know if it was a joke. I was just like, but that's not me though. That's cool for everybody else, but that's not me though. You know, you got to be true to you, right?
Yeah,
that's absolutely. That's just no. Worst border moment I ever had was I was doing this place called Shirkston Shores. It was and I know I've told this story before. It was like Darien Lake, sort of, over there, in wherever the fuck, Ontario or whatever. It's on a Shirkston Lake or whatever the fuck it's called. And it was nothing but really expensive trailers, So people, like, with money, I go in, I'm like, we're working at a trailer park. What the fuck? But these motherfuckers had money. They're, like, all in golf carts that are tricked out and shit. One dude had one that looked like the 1966 Batmobile. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I'm looking around. These people have loot, right? So, got a contract, and when I say contract, I mean, like, every fucking Saturday for 2 months or whatever the fuck it was. Or every other Saturday, I can't remember. I was working for RWI, Rough Wrestling International. Got the gig through Riot. So it was Riot, myself. Do you remember Bruce, the referee?
Oh yeah, I just seen Bruce. Bruce just refed at the EWF show.
Okay, all right. So him, Titus. I'm trying to think of anybody else. And Eric Emnon, Brian Emnon would come. It was, a crew of us would go up. It's me, Riot, and I want to say Titus. Get stopped at the border. Can you guys pull over? And Riot looks at me, and you've done shit with Riot.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You know Riot, right? So Riot looks at me, and Riot's a fucking menacingly large man. I mean, he's fucking huge, but he's the kindest dude. He is the sweetest little guy. Like, when you start talking to him, you don't expect it. Just how nice and genuine he is. So this fucking giant looks over at me and goes, they're gonna find something. The fuck do you mean they're gonna find? What do you have? What, you got weed on you or something? Well, no. I have my supplements. Oh, all right. But they're in a baggie. Oh, okay. There's like 16 different pills. Whoa, bro, what are you taking? Like, seriously. And I mean, like, what do you call it? A freezer baggie and all these just random, undescript fucking pills, all of different sizes and colors. And I'm like, oh, dude, don't tell me you have something. No, it should all be legal. The fuck? Oh, you should? You don't know what you're taking? So we were stuck at the fucking border for like an hour and a half while they're going through the car with the dog and everything. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then they get to the baggie. What is this? Yeah, no, I have allergy medicines. Some of those are my... Like, he's trying to name each one of the pills. And the guy's just looking at him because, again, Riot's this huge fucking jacked up guy, juiced up. Let's be real. You know, big fucking dude. And he's just like looking at him as he's explaining this shit. And me and Ty's are sitting there like, yo, we're never going to make it. We're never going to fuck. We're going to be... What the fuck? I don't know what Riot said, but he was able to get his baggie back, and we went on our way. I want to know what that man said to have that many pills, not in bottles, in a baggie.
Just get let go.
And we get let go to go over the border to go do our wrestling show. Which, by the way, we never did a wrestling show. We were always going to watch a show or participate in a seminar. That's all. That's what we always said. Never said we were wrestling because we don't got visas. So it was like, why are you looking at me like that?
Because, fun fact, they used to give Brodie Lee a bunch of shit.
Okay.
At one point. And when he was doing Dragon Gate and the bigger shows in ROH, there's actually, like, Law 438-something that states that if you are a professional entertainer entering the Canadian border, that you are allowed to do so for entertainment purposes, not needing a visa. You are allowed to have merchandise as long as your merchandise is counted.
Okay.
And actually you show paperwork for it. So you go like, all right, I got 58 by 10s, I got 20 shirts, 100 bracelets.
Really?
And you have an inventory at the border for them.
I know that's the reason why, at least that's what I've always been told. That's the reason why Quan Chang stopped coming into America.
Well, they give them a harder time.
Oh, dude, they caught him and one day he didn't make it.
They give the Canadians harder times than us. So, like, we've been around the same amount of time. So remember when, like, Cody Deaner, Sean Spears, and those guys would come up and work for Hellcat?
Yep.
A lot of those guys sometimes would actually, like, have their gear on, like, under their regular clothes.
Just so that way they wouldn't have to deal with it.
They didn't have a gear bag or anything to be searched or nothing. They had, like, extra clothes, which was, like, basically their sneakers and stuff.
I mean, I was comfortable in my gear, but I don't want to wear that shit all day. Under other clothes. Fuck that. Especially if it's hot out. I mean, for anybody who's never worn a singlet or tights, that shit don't feel good. You can powder the fuck out of your shit. It still don't feel good. Just not a good time. God, man, those guys. Look at them. Wow. Ugh. All right, you know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna mark out for some words, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna start taking it a little deep. All right, guys. Yeah, mark it out.
Hey, Facebook freaks. You found the hottest commodity in Western New York today? The longest running stable in Western New York today? The Stable of Champions?
Fuck, man.
Well, you should be. Facebook.com/UWC4Life.
Coming in, man.
Facebook.com/UWC,
Are you like
the number 4 life. Go ahead. Give us a follow.
Like fucking sweet or somebody?
Like our page.
You literally just came here to see me. Wow, dude. Thank you. That's crazy. I appreciate that.
Depending on which social media you decide to identify yourself with, we probably have that social media. Right now I'm talking about X. X, UWC4 Life is on there. You can see tweets, twits, twats, whatever. What are they, exclamations? I'm not exactly sure what they call them these days. But you can find us there at UWC, the number 4 Life. You will get some updates that will be shared among the multiverse of social medias. Is it a multiverse? I mean, each one of them has its own. Yeah, I guess it could totally be. So check us out on X, UWC, the number 4 Life.
Here it go. Yeah. Any Bomb Squad, I see you, homie. Bomb Squad. I see you. Black and gold. Yeah.
Antonio. Tiger Smith.
Tiger Smith. Let's take it deep.
Dangerous. Excellent.
Fucking Harry Potter story. What the things that are said when the mics are off? We were just talking about recently, Rob Sweet, your tag partner, right?
My best friend.
Yeah.
My brother.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I oddly have way too much in common with him, and the more time I've spent with him casually, me and him are like, I don't know, man. It's like we're like Neapolitan, man. We were like, the brown, the white, the chocolate. Like we were part of the same ice cream. We're just sectioned off. If that makes any. Can you picture that? Anyway, so we go to the Flower City Comic Con, and I was just saying to Dewey, I felt like he's never been to one. I think he may have even said that he had never really gone to one of those, because and he had a really good time. He had a good time. He actually, I shouldn't tell that story. Okay, I'm gonna save that story for when he comes on because he had a really cool moment, and he's gonna talk about that. But you were saying something about Comic-Con. Like, do you go to Comic-Cons?
My in-laws and my husband, they grew up in the Thousand Islands. My Grammy-in-law has a house. My mother-in-law has a house.
Hold on a second. Big shout out to Morgan. What up? Anyway, go on.
So,
gotta do it, right? Gotta give the love. Gotta give the love. Awesome person.
So we ended up buying, a seasonal property up there, and my mother-in-law, who's a park ranger and everything, kind of knows everybody.
Wait, your mother-in-law's a park ranger?
Yeah, she used to be a cop.
That's awesome. That's weird. That's like, you don't hear that ever. Why would you hear that?
No, it's very weird. But yeah, she's a park ranger at the state park, and they started doing AnchorCon, which is out of Clayton, New York. It's a great time, great experience. They do a lot more hands-on stuff for the fans. Like, one year I hosted a cosplay prom.
Okay.
The second year I went back and I hosted a drunken karaoke cruise.
That sounds awesome.
But
how do I get involved in this? I need to get involved in this.
But the good story is, one year I was like, hey, I kind of want to bring my tag partner in. If you don't mind, I'll send you his resume. He's been around for years. He's wrestled in this area. It will be a great fit. Can I bring him in? And she goes, not a problem. So she had a celebrity from, I'm not going to put their name out there, but had a celebrity from Harry Potter.
Oh, like legit Harry Potter, the movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So this guy's British and everything, and he was on a British reality show. So he's been sober for 6 months.
Oh, Jesus.
So we get him on this drunken cruise, and he starts pounding him back, and he's got his girlfriend with him.
No.
So we dock the boat, and she's like, all right, cool, we're going to go to the bar with everybody. And the bar's called O'Brien's, and we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I'm remembering the name O'Brien's.
O'Brien.
So he turns around, and he goes, I'm going to jump naked in the water. And I'm like, you're not. There's all these boats right here, bro. They're all docked. You're going to hang yourself on this. So we took him to a spot to jump off from that was safe. Okay. And while he's doing this in the water, jumping in the water.
To the fucking microphone, man. That's
my bad.
You're like looking at
So his fiance at the time turns around and starts showing me, Morgan, Nicole, and Rob pictures of him and videos of him butt naked doing this in different countries, jumping in water.
So that's his thing?
That's his thing. So his drunken ass, we get him out of the water. He turns around and he goes, we're going to go to O'Malley's. And it's like, bro, it's O'Brien's. Like, it's 200 feet in front of us. I had a big flashing sign. And he keeps just going, O'Malley's.
I like that.
The whole time. So we get him there, and there's the flyers up and whatever, and it says the after party is going to be at the bar. Some celebrities might show up. Yeah, at O'Brien's, O'Malley's.
Yeah.
So he starts they keep giving him shots and everything, And, like, me and Rob, you know, being around wrestling and everything, you kind of can tell people's levels of bullshit.
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we were like, oh, he's starting to get, like, a little angry and finicky. We should probably bring him down.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, man, you want to come smoke with us? So his girlfriend at the time was like, that's a good idea. That should calm him the fuck out. Well, we don't know what happened. We started to smoke. Okay. And all of a sudden, she came out. They disappeared behind the dumpster. Next thing you know, you hear screaming, blop, blop, and a boom. He smacked the shit out of her.
Oh, my God.
She fell to the floor. We had the security guard that's about my size and your size following us around.
Jesus.
Got her to, like, safety. This dude's, like, in the middle of the road screaming for his girlfriend. So they split ways. We go back to the bed and breakfast that we got put up in, and me and Morgan didn't realize he was our neighbor, or like next door roommate.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus Christ,
we get there. He dressed as Billy the Butcher, so he wanted to get the dye out of his hair, shower and everything. They kind of settled down. The lady from the Comic-Con, you know, kind of, we thought, settled the issue. So about maybe an hour and a half later, after, you know, we're in bed, we hear, you mother, you this, you that, door slams, down the steps, another door slams. We're like, we're not dealing with it, not our thing. So we get up in the morning, this little 90-year-old lady from this bed and breakfast cooks us this amazing little breakfast. All of a sudden we hear, fuck! We're like, all right, this is our cue, we're leaving.
Yeah.
So we leave, we get to the Comic-Con early, we're sitting there talking to Rob and Nicole, and we're like, yeah, we don't think shit kind of settled down after all that happened because, you know, door slam, stump, door slam, we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So he gets there before his girlfriend, and at this point, he has a hat tucked down to the left. He will only take pictures with you from the right because she beat his ass.
Yeah!
She gonna hit the 1-2 black eye bloody nose combo on him. So then meanwhile, she shows up in her fucking pajamas. Pajamas and all, bro. Slippers, PJ pants on, comfy
she
baggy
came out
shirt.
like a fucking hood rat, huh?
I guess when she left and stumped out the stairs after she beat him, she called the lady from the Comic-Con and I guess stayed with her overnight.
Crazy.
So, like, that's like one of our famous, like, our favorite Comic-Con stories. And, like, even when we go to the islands, because, you know, I go every year, I have the house out there. I just actually got to run a show out there, which was really great. And the whole time, you got me and Rob just yelling at each other, O'Malley!
You know I'm going to have to yell that randomly to see what he says. I'm not going to tell him.
You know, it is great. And you are right. He's never been to, like, the Comic-Con has, like, a fan. He's always been as, like, the guest star. You know, so it's always different for, I feel, for, like, us wrestlers when, like, it's always awkward.
Yeah.
But it's also always enjoyable
well,
at the same time.
Things that, this is weird, because I've always met, the wrestling world is split in half. People in the wrestling world that read comic books and those that don't. Which I never understood the ones that don't, because I'm like, we're living out storylines of good and evil. This is comic books. We're doing comic books right now, right? All larger-than-life characters, superheroes, supervillains, whatever, you know? That's what we're doing. Even when you got a crooked promoter, you got a fucking Lex Luthor that's, like, running the show, you know what I mean? That's all it is. So, yeah, I mean, So, do you still do this con at all, or is it still in existence?
It's still in existence.
Okay.
This year, I wasn't there last year. I was actually there this year because the one lady from AnchorCon, shout out to Tanya Roy, was a big help for actually helping me get a venue and actually run a wrestling show in the Thousand Islands.
I did that one time. And I had Brodie Lee on that show, and Kid Justice and Charisma, and yeah, it was a shit show. It's a shit show.
It's you know it's I know that you know that area is not, I wouldn't say untapped, but it's a marketable area that had somebody good running in the area, and then they passed away.
Gotcha.
Which was Shooter Storm. Great guy. He would always draw 300-400 people.
Wait. Shooter died?
Yeah, Shooter Storm died like 2 or 3 years ago at this point now.
During COVID? Yeah, because that would be, 21, right?
Yeah, he
That's who I did the fucking show with.
It was his show, probably, or he probably co-promoted with you.
It was his show.
Yeah.
He died?
Yeah.
Dewey. How did he pass?
Overdose.
Oh, gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, that just... Okay.
Yep. In the
fuck.
The opening match of the show, actually, which was really cool, is I was able to book Misery the Barbarian and Pain, who were the two guys that he helped train. He helped Broken In. Misery was one of the guys that, helped him create and run Fight for the Mind. So he actually defended the Fight for Your Mind championship in memory of Shooter on that show, which was really good. Yeah.
You just took me back, man, because it's like, fuck. I don't know. Damn, that's fucked up.
Deaths in wrestling are weird, man. I just seen, and I've worked him, a crap ton of times, and I've always had a good time with him. He was always a great guy, but you sit there and you kind of wonder where the years went.
Move that a little closer to you. Yeah, there you go.
And what I mean by that is I just seen Dusty Taker,
a
few other guys post 10 years since Mike McGee, and I'm like, damn, it's been that long.
I literally just spoke about him last week with Fred, and Fred's like, he didn't really know who he was. I'm like, dude, Mike McGee was such a cool dude. And I was a pallbearer at his fucking funeral.
No, I didn't.
It hurt. It hurt a lot. And he was always a good dude to me. And always a good dude to everybody I saw him interact with, actually. I can't think of anybody who could sit back and be like, oh, fuck Mike McGee. Kind dude. Very soft-spoken. Again, very, and... Dude, you just fucked me up with this whole Shooter thing. I'm not even going to lie. I'm like...
Yeah,
I know I'm boomeranging over here. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro, all right. So, are we on... I don't know if we follow each other on Instagram.
No, I'm more of an X and Facebook type of person.
So on Instagram, my shit's private, and so that way I can control the fucking flow after the whole YouTube incident. So I've been uploading old videos, and there's a couple of the videos I uploaded. Jeez, I'm stumbling now. Involved Shooter. It was like when Cam and myself first went into that area, before they actually got going. We did some matches out there, and he's in a promo with Cam, and Cam eats him, eviscerates him, because he tries to do that whole, you look at you, blah 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 blah. Cam eats him, and you just I even have little subtitles where it's you can see that I'm pointing out, look at him, he does not know what to say at this point, destroys him. He was a good dude though. He was a good dude, except for that one show. That one fucking hockey arena show was bad. Tell me how fucked up this is. Because you've ran in Alex Bay. So, it's, we did it during Pirates Week. So it's thousands of people are there, It should be easy fucking show, right? Asked me to bring a bunch of people. In the car. Now, keep this in mind. Do a running total in your head what you think people should get paid. Logical or not, But we could be realistic even. Okay. Tiger Smith, Kid Justice, Charisma, or him as Frank Burlington.
Yeah.
Okay. Spaz, HB2 or Brodie Lee, Fusion. Trying to think who else. I had 3 girl valets, a Colin Delaney to do play-by-play and ring announcing. Okay. Referee Pat Paul. I don't know if you remember Mr. PP.
PP Valentine.
Yes, him. So, all right, that's 11 people right there, and I'm sure there was more, but I can't even think. We had all those people. How much do you think we got paid? That's a lot of fucking people.
Shooter probably handed you guys maybe 10 each.
You're a generous motherfucker. I was handed. Oh, Jake and Bake, and Jimmy Olsen, and fucking Dickie Sanchez were also in the car. All of us. How much? You said 10 each?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get the Carney handshake, not from Shooter. Shooter avoided me. From another guy who was Flash, Superstar Flash, something. Hands me. And I shit you not, on my father that passed, $15 for all of us. A $10 and a $5 bill. And I said, what? At this point, I will say certain people, I will not give all their names, decided to kick water fountains off walls. Doors were literally ripped off hinges. They went to town on this locker room. They destroyed it. While I was talking to the person, and eventually somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, Tiger, we should leave now." Well, no, man, fuck this dude. No, let's leave now. It's fine. Let's go. I had no idea. I get in the car. Everybody was literally, it was like a fucking old school movie from the 80s. Everybody's jumping in the car through windows and shit and just jump. Let's go. What the fuck did you guys do? No, let's just go. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then they're filling me in. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, at one point, Brodie and a few other guys, are pissing in the corner, I guess. It was bad, man.
Yeah.
They went nuts. Because they were like, how much? That didn't even cover it. We had 3 cars. Was that $5 a car for fucking gas coming from Rochester to Alex Bay? Are you serious?
That's a 2-hour and 45-minute drive.
Yeah, think about that. So yeah, that was my
with
last
tolls.
That was
$15 wasn't even your tolls. Not even gas. That wasn't tolls.
But that was my last experience with Shooter before I met him again years later, and that's when he had gotten more mature in the business. He actually, I think he even did some extra work, and he just he got his shit together, and that's why I was just like, wow. I mean, I thought you would see something. I didn't see anything on my news feed. I never, me and him reconnected. We were good, but to hear that is just fucking wow. It kind of like threw me off on the questions I was going to ask. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
So
fuck
Shooter. When I first met Morgan, it was our first year. It was his first birthday. Shooter booked me to go down to Tennessee. My husband's never been down to Tennessee, so we went. And just we love food. We go every place.
I love food.
He adopted mine and Rob's rule. We have a rule on the road: you don't eat anything that you can find at home, i.e., like Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's. You find what that town's known for, you eat at mom and pop's, that type of stuff. So he kind of, had everything planned out for his birthday. We get there, we go to do the show, and I meet his money backers, because he just booked the show. He had money backers at this point in Tennessee.
Good for him.
Murfreesboro. Now, I go to get paid, and Shooter's like, hey, I told you I had the money backers. They're in this room.
Wait,
so
hold on. Why are they in a separate room like that?
Because they were in this little tiny square box trying to bullshit everybody on shorting them on pay or not paying them. So this dude turns around and goes, well, technically, we had a budget and Shooter just booked people. We didn't agree to everything that was on. And, tried to, play the blame game back and forth.
But don't they have, a fucking card and...
yeah. So I went up to a guy by the name of Chase Stevens.
I feel like I've heard the name.
TNA, one of the Naturals.
Oh, yeah.
I think he worked for NEW back in the day a few times.
Oh, no, we had not Chase Stevens. We had Chance Taylor.
I want to say Chase Stevens because he knew Colin really well.
Oh, I don't ever remember. I was on every NEW show except for one that was in Buffalo.
So he knew Colin very well, and me and him and we started talking. I go, hey brother, they're not doing any what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, seriously.
And he's like, well, you're Colin's boy, right? I go, yeah, I've known Colin for years and everything. And he goes, come with me, we're gonna take care of this. Bust down the door, and he's like, listen, My boy just drove almost 11 hours to get here, and you're telling him you're not giving him dick. What we're going to do is we're not going to leave this room, closes the door, stands in front of it, and goes, if you don't have the money to pay him, and this was when, before Cash App and all that fun stuff, it was PayPal. You better PayPal him or we're not leaving this room until I hear his phone ding. Because, that PayPal notification back in the day, you got money, it was a little ding. I got my money, and he made sure I got paid.
Good.
There's always those weird, shows out there where, this guy goes, I'm the booker, this is the money guy, and then the money guy goes, I didn't agree to this, but then you show him the booker did, and then it's a back and forth, and 9 times out of 10, you never get paid.
You're not even lying. I apologize. Oh my God. I got freaking... Thank you for coming in person. Because you don't live here. You used to live here. Fuck, I remember when you were breaking in and you moved out of town. And the fact that you came in person, I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. Because one, it's nice to actually see your face when I'm talking to you. And two, it sounds so much better than a phone. It just sounds better than a phone.
It does. And there's genuine reactions.
Exactly. Shit, man. I had like the basic fucking... I don't know. Now I'm looking at my list of questions.
I'm so ready for some good questions.
Are you ready? All right. So, I apologize. I am getting blown up right now. Do you know a worker by the name of Layla James?
Oh my God, she's a sweetheart. Yes.
She is actually going to be coming into the studio. She's going to be on the week after you. She's actually coming in.
Okay, yeah, she's... oh my God.
Yeah.
I love her to death. I booked her for that show in Clayton, and I don't know if you remember La Diva.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
She's actually on her comeback tour, and she actually had her first match against Layla.
Really?
For her comeback tour.
I love La Diva.
So.
She's I remember when she started. I remember when she did her thing. When she started her own business. Like, I've watched that girl evolve, just in general as a person and as just an overall like force.
It's businesses now, right?
Huh?
With a S.
Business.
Sizes.
Oh, she's got multiple businesses.
She's got her business where she consults and helps other businesses.
Yep.
She's got her own realty company now.
What?
If you Google, I think it's Rock Rides or something Rides or 585 Rides.
Okay.
She has her own enterprise rental car. So she's got a fleet of cars she rents out now too.
What?
For locals. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at her, freaking mogul. I'm holding out for the shoes. Come out with some good shoes for people that have bad feet. Then we'll talk. I need my La Diva La pads or something. I don't even know what you would call them. I mean, yeah, dude. I was gonna hit. Now I feel like they're typical questions. Now I feel like they're typical. I don't feel like they're good enough for you. I feel like simple shit like when you came out, how did it feel? With the boys, stuff like that. And it's like I feel like I've already asked that question.
So I don't think I've ever technically answered this on a podcast or anything. It was touched on Outsports.
Okay.
Everybody was great. I didn't run into any issues with anybody. I didn't have a problem being welcomed in the locker room. I actually got some crap from guys like Cheech and Ando. We're like, bro, we already knew. What the hell? Why'd you make this long?
I was about to say, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like when I came out to them before I came out to everybody, it was at Huberfest.
Okay.
And Brodie is one of those... I still talk like he's here because I'll never forget him. Was one of those guys where he was honest and he would pick up on things.
Yeah.
So I brought Morgan one Huberfest. I was like, oh, this is my friend, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Got to know Morgan, got along really great, was super cool, cracking jokes. Mm-hmm. Then I brought him the next year. And that was my mistake.
Why?
Because he goes, I need to talk to you in my basement now. And you know how Brodie was. He would always have that soft voice. Mm-hmm. But then when he needed to talk, it was there with meaning. Like, we're going to the basement now and we need to talk.
We had such a different experience with Brodie, between me and you. My experiences with Brodie were not great, and that is a story for another day. But go ahead. Continue with your story.
So I brought, what was it? It was black cherry, some type of whiskey.
Okay.
So we sat down, had a little drink, had a little talk, and he's like, listen, I'm going to be honest, that's not your friend. He's more than a friend. And I go, you know, like kind of like stutter-stepped around it because I didn't know what to say or like how to say something about it. And he goes, well, are you happy? And I was like, well, yeah, and he kind of is my boyfriend and this. And nobody at that time knew we were engaged. Nobody at that time knew we were engaged.
So what? Okay. Here, all right, now you got me asking. Here we go. Were you more concerned with people finding out that he was your boyfriend or more concerned with people finding out that you were actually engaged?
I was more concerned about how I was going to perceive being gay because there's always been for the years of like, hey man, you got that spot because you asked this or you did this because
or you were by to get by?
Somebody. Yeah. So I never wanted to be that guy.
No, I get it.
And like Brodie started talking to me and he's like, well, do you love him? And I go, yes. And he goes, well, why wouldn't you come out? And I go, well, I never wanted to be that guy. He goes, well, look at your career. What have you done? Where have you been? And I go, a lot of places and done a lot of things. He goes, nobody's going to take that away from you because we know you never did anything negative to get there.
Absolutely.
So be you, be true to you. As long as you're in love, say it. And I go, oh man, that's great. You know, he goes, no. He goes, seriously, come out, be you, be happy. He goes, I don't care where I'm working, where I'm wrestling. I don't care how many different countries I'm in. You have a phone number, you have my email. You get a hold of me, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and they can talk to me about why they won't let a gay person in their locker room or why they're saying something about you. Who's going to come and say shit to me?
See, I've never heard that side of Brodie. That's
and
awesome.
I was like, you know... And I came out at Huberfest. I was sitting. We were actually smoking, and it was me, Morgan in the back, with Cheech, and then the front seat was Ando and his wife at the time.
Okay.
And they were the first group after I got done talking to Brodie I came out to. And I go, oh, by the way, I'm also engaged, and I kind of technically had to come out, too, because I wanted you guys in my wedding party.
That's fucking awesome.
So it was one of those, like, everything kind of came full circle.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to sleep on the couch after this story. So...
Don't worry, it's not going to come out for a couple days.
So Outsports, I came out. I got covered by Outsports. The guy was super great.
Yeah.
We did we did it over Zoom. You know, he was in Cali, and you know, I'm in New York, so weed's both legal. He's like, if you want to make yourself a drink, you want to smoke one, do you get comfortable?
Yeah.
You know, it's just a basic interview.
Yeah.
So we start smoking, and we're going back and forth, spitballing stuff back and forth, and he's asking questions, and the one question comes up about people not knowing, and I go, well, the best part was everybody, you know, thought he was just my merch guy, not knowing I was banging my merch guy.
Oof.
Well, that quote got put in here, and my father-in-law read that. You know, there's still jokes to this day, even though we've been married for 3 years, and that came out like 5 years ago, that article, that I'm still banging the merch guy.
Well,
that's still an inside joke with the in-laws.
I would say that's kind of fucked up because of the fact that what you were afraid of, you know, the whole thing of, am I using my sexuality to get further in the business? Your merch guy banged you to get further in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome, though. That was a win. Because he's not ugly. He's not ugly. And honestly, I remember the first time I found out, because I can honestly say I don't remember who told me. Because someone told me before I met him. Because I think I saw you at a UW show, actually. And someone said, oh, yeah, that's Dewey and his husband. I'm like, wait, what? You know, but the funny part is, it's not like a what? Oh God, he's gay. No, it was you're dude. There's like certain people that I never had an opportunity to really get to know to the point where we're hanging out and just going to see a movie and shit. But we're always cool to me. Where I'm like, I fucking like that person. It's like you, fucking Superbad. You know, was another one. Rob. You know, just random people. You know, so when I heard that you were gay, I'm like, oh, like it didn't bother me. I'm like, it was like, oh, okay, cool. Is his husband ugly? He married a cute guy, right? And like the guy, I forgot who told me, but they kind of like looked at me like, I don't know how if they told me to see what my reaction would be, but when I said that, they were like, I don't know where. Oh, is that him over there? Oh, he's cute. Look at him. All right, good for Dewey. You know, that was my reaction. You know, and I swear, if I can remember, I will tell you. But when I said that, the look on their face, like, they did not expect, you know, this asshole Tiger Swift to say that, let alone go, oh, they're cute.
So, like, not only did me and Morgan have a lot in common when we first met, we both got kind of screwed over in the same way.
What do you mean?
So, he was dating somebody, and they went away to go to a different type of trade school.
Okay.
And he was supposed to move in with the guy, and the guy, like, a couple weeks later was like, I'm breaking up with you, don't come out here, screw you. Well, before I met Morgan, the one guy I was with kind of did the same thing. You know, younger kid, just got out of college. He was like, hey, I got an interview in Washington to translate for Amazon customer service. So I was like, all right, cool, you know, whatever, we'll do the long distance relationship. I can wrestle anywheres, you know.
Yeah.
You've got, you know, I've got gear, we'll travel. It's the same, right?
Right? Yeah.
Well, same thing happened to me a week later. He's like, listen, called me on the phone, we're through, you know, just lose my number. I just want to be honest with you. I wasn't out here for a job. I was talking to my ex who actually got me the job. I moved in with him. We're back together. So we were kind of in the same...
What a filthy little cunt.
We were in the same ship together, and when we met,
up.
we just started talking, and we were like, you know, like, can I trust you? Can I this? And we both had, like, that trust problem, and when we asked each other why, we explained it. We're like, this is the same situation.
But yet you guys are,
Like, how is this? This is very ironic.
Yeah.
And then, like, he started getting into wrestling right before we met.
Oh, here we go. Is this why you're going to sleep on the couch?
No, it was banging the merch guy comment.
Oh, okay.
Because his dad still makes jokes about that.
He'll be fine.
But one of the cool things is, you know, he just started getting into it, and his buddy was really into NXT.
Okay.
His two roommates, and Blue Pants.
Yes.
Was a thing. He was very big in, like, Blue Pants and, like, the vaudevillains.
I don't even know where the fuck she is nowadays.
So, she was doing NXT. I never think she was fully signed.
No, because she was still able to do indie day. Like, she was one of the, I'm going to say she was one of the pioneers of people that were working for NXT, but was still able to do indie dates. Like, not everybody could do that, if anybody at all. But she was doing it, and it was awesome.
So she did, she didn't do it for Upstate. She was at the Flower City Comic Con.
Yep, I remember that.
Well, Morgan didn't know we were going back to, I want to say we either went back, it was the Andos we went back to.
Okay.
And she actually showed up because she knew Colin. And she brought her dogs and everything. And, like, Morgan got to meet her, and, like, she was super nice to him. And, you know, she was like, these are my dogs. You got to play with her dogs. And, you know, he never once said anything negative about wrestling when I told him I wrestled.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
He was very into everything. Everybody's always loved him and respected him.
Yeah,
and, you know,
he's always been nice to me.
You know, he's part of... he's the only husband in the wife's club.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Morgan, you know how many straight men would love to be in your position, to be in with the wife's club? I'm telling you. It's the truth, right? I mean, It's like, they're always like, ooh, who's... No, she's married to this guy. Or now it's like, he's married to that guy. You know, it's just how it is. All right, we need to take a break. God, holy shit. All right, yeah, we need to take a break. Do me a favor, guys. Mark out for these words.
Holy God, sometimes you just don't want to go to Facebook, you don't want to go to Twitter, you just want to look at a picture and either like it or ignore it or just keep moving on. Well, guess what? The UWC at UWC for Life has its own Instagram. Follow us. See our crazy, wacky adventures. Follow us on to Instagram TV, where you get exclusive stuff that you'll only see on Instagram TV. Stay in the now, stay in the wow. UWC for Life on Instagram.
What's up, guys? This is Notorious 107 Homicide. You listening to Shooting with Friends. Ole, 51-50.
Okay, guys, it's time for the segment that I always find interesting. We're entering the shooting range. The shooting range is very simple. I talk to my guest here. I will give them a word, or a name, and I expect to hear a one-word answer back, whatever is the first thing that comes to their mind. If they want to expand on it a little more, I will stop the clock, and we'll talk about it. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready. Here we go. Gold Dust.
Great worker.
UW.
A place for guys to grow.
Victor Lord.
My homie.
Ultimate Warrior.
Crazy, but great worker.
Which is ironic because I didn't know you liked him like that, so for me to put him in here, I was like, okay. BCW. Oh.
Troy's changed his ways.
Good. Because good. HC Loke.
Mentor, friend, wrestle uncle.
Corn.
Like the band?
No, like the food.
Oh, everybody loves corn.
Right? It's a fucking...
well, hold on. Can we stop?
Oh, here we go. Now we're going to stop the clock. Here we go. All right. And stopped. Go.
So, the reason I mentioned the band, because, fun little side note, 2CW was one of my all-time favorite, greatest places to work.
In Syracuse.
And, yes. And we did the 95 X Fest, which was a radio station, rock radio station.
Okay.
So, we got to have some of the bands actually, get involved and some stuff. But one of the biggest things that popped me was Korn actually came out and sat front row and watched half the show.
That's okay. I would fucking mark out for that. I would mark. Wow. Korn. Like, Jonathan, look at me. I have a kilt too. All right. Are we, hold on. Is that accurate? Yeah. There we go. All right. Jake the Snake.
Drunk.
Ooh. The Joker.
Which one?
Is it any of them? Pick one.
Anybody but Jared Leto.
Oof. McKinger.
Oh, Kinger and Dinger. That's the tag team I call them. But yeah, Kinger's a great guy. I've never had an issue with him.
Okay. Hellcat.
Mentor, friend, different opinions of the business.
Rob Sweet.
My brother to the day I die.
ESW.
I'd love to be back there, but they're all on the super indie young guy scene, and an old timer like me is only going to make a Rumble appearance.
Oof. Batman.
Batman?
Yes.
Like, no, Batman. I'm going to say I love the voice of Lego Batman.
Which one?
The guy that does Lego Masters.
Because there was a... Oh, are you talking about Job from Arrested Development? What's his name?
Yeah, the guy...
Deep voice. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy, too. All right, NWA.
I'm an OG.
Yeah?
At the NWA. You remember
I was talking about NWA, not NWA Upstate.
No, I've been around a lot of NWAs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Morgan.
Best friend, love of my life.
That's cute. Dick Justice.
Another one of my brothers from a different mother. He actually officiated our wedding, by the way. Fun shout out.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
You have video of this shit?
Yeah, it's somewheres.
I gotta see that.
Yes.
I gotta see that shit. That'd be did he do it? No, he didn't do it in the voice. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, he did.
He did it in the voice?
He did a whole spiel. He sang a song. Oh my god,
I need to see. All right, I gotta see that.
He sang. He figured out the words to Pile Driver to put into the whole ceremony.
That's amazing. Wow. NCW, Nickel City Wrestling.
You know, I have nice things to say. I just really, really wish that, you know, me and Rob didn't get let go without a warning or a say, because we truly loved the place and we would go tomorrow and put as much work and sacrifice as we did when we were there.
I understand that sentiment. Cody Rhodes.
Little bitch. He never accepted my open challenge.
Ooh, okay. Wow. Tyler Durden.
Who? Tyler what?
Tyler Durden. Okay.
Don't ring a bell. Is he a local guy? Is he new?
He's in all of us. All right. Shadowcat.
Happy to finally see him at home. Hey, he's part of the Midget Warrior Wrestling, and he's their champ. And I always made jokes about, bro, you need to be on Micro Brawlers. Bro, you need to be on this. You have the talent to be on it. And I'm not breaking your balls. I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm not saying it to bully you.
Yeah.
It was always something I said out of heart because I felt that's where he could have excelled the most.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Deadpool.
Funny as fuck.
Johnny Swift. I know, right?
I've never really had an interaction.
He was the booker of NEW, so how did you never had it?
Because remember, I was only there once when we got escorted up to the floor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The Halloween show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Right on. WWE.
The number one product and program?
Okay. Cameron.
She's my girl.
Shawn Michaels.
I looked better in his tights than he did. I still have that outfit somewhere. I swear I got that Shawn Michaels outfit somewhere.
You didn't get that from Thriller, did you? From Uncle Chris? You did get it from Uncle Chris, you son of a... I remember that. He had the chaps, everything. Oh, my God. It's crazy.
Except he got pissed because when he gave those to me, I had a local seamstress who ended up having cataracts and had to have surgery, so she stopped sewing. Actually make me that mock Shawn Michaels zebra print with the mirrors in it jacket. Yeah. And I had that jacket to match the tights, and he could never find anybody to make the jacket, so he was pissed when he gave them to me.
Wait, do you still have that?
Yes, and I still have the jacket.
That's hilarious. I love that. Ric Flair.
Very money driven.
Okay. Burger King.
Nah, I'm not loving it.
Yeah, me neither. Excite.
Once again, another great place to work, another great place that actually started focusing on their students that are being produced by Loke, so they have their own student tapings, live shows now. So I appreciate companies like that actually are looking out for the younger generation.
Triple H.
Great mind for the business. Some people might disagree.
The Last Supper. I know, it's like...
I don't want to get canceled, but I might say it. That's some gay shit. One man, 12 guys, splitting a meal. I'm just saying.
Deacon.
We're talking about Deacon from Buffalo, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I just felt like
awesome
that was
guy. I was like, hold on, Deacon. I was like, hold on, I don't go to church.
I should have spread that out a little bit.
I was like, I don't go to church at all.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
And that's it. You survived the shooting range.
Oh, man.
That's it, man. It goes quick, right?
Yeah, I felt tougher.
Nah, man. It's just, I didn't know. Different people react differently when different things are said. So it's like I wasn't sure, so I just started spitballing. All right, we're going to take one more break, and then we're going to take it home. Mark out for these words.
Hello, this is Tiger Smith. I'd like to thank all of you for listening to all of the UWC podcasts. If it's Shooting with Friends, Social Anarchist, or any other possible projects we have coming down the pike. And most of all, we'd like to thank everybody for their support. Outside of listening to the podcast, we also have a tab with our link tree links that will take you to all of our different social medias and our shop. If you help us out by purchasing an item off the shop, it helps out the podcast exponentially. We love making content for you. So please visit the shop. See if there's something that speaks to you. It might be something to wear. It might be something to drink out of. But either way, you're helping out the UWC network. Thank you.
Okay. We are You keep trying to tell me stories when we're off the air, and it's fucking me up, man. All right, so usually around now is when we let everyone know how to stalk you.
Ooh, that's fun.
You know, with all the links and links and links. So can you give us some of the links? How do they stalk you, Dewey?
So links are super simple. It's Facebook. Same thing right on the X now. I still keep saying Twitter. It's just Dewey Murray. Super basic, super simple. Same thing if you go on YouTube, just type in Dewey Murray.
Do you have a Linktree thing?
No, I don't.
You should. It's free. Like, we have linktree.com/UWC4life. You could probably get linktree.com/Dewey Murray, and then you could put all your links in one spot, so that way when they go there, they're just...
I thought that was only for people with spicy content.
No, well, my content, spicy. I think we have different definitions of spicy. But yeah, so Dewey Murray on YouTube, X, Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. And nowhere else?
Maybe MySpace, if that's still a thing.
I still have my MySpace link on there, too. People still go there, too. But they don't have an app. Not an app that works. Before we leave, I know you got a show coming up with EFW on the 22nd of this month, I think, right?
Yes. And then on the 21st, I have IWF in Brockport the day before.
And I should care about those two things. I don't. You know what I do care about? Rescue Mania 3.
Yes.
On October 5th, you're going up against Jules Malone, which I'm like, wait a minute, Dewey's fighting a girl? What's going on?
Do you know who she is? Have you watched her footage?
I have not seen her footage. She's beautiful.
She's a bad bitch.
Is she a bad bitch? Is she like Maria Manic?
Yes, she's like GC. She's worked for GCW. She's worked for numerous deathmatch companies.
Oh, fuck. Are you going to get beat up?
Probably. I mean, bro, that's my claim to fame. Is getting beat up by women. I got my head shaved and beat up by a woman. I told women to stop beating each other up, and they all beat me up.
Jesus, man.
It's
Well, be safe, okay? I don't know. That stuck out to me, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. So I know that's over in, how do you say it? Gurth, Ontario? How do you... It's GELPH, Ontario. How do you say that? Girth?
I don't even know.
Maybe if you say it with a Canadian accent, it sounds like something else. Like, it's spelled girth, but it's actually pronounced guy over here, Ontario.
They'll pronounce it better than me.
I don't know. But thank you for coming. Thank you for being so open about that's some heavy shit, man.
Yeah, I'm an open book.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And I'm actually glad we went that route instead of what I wrote down. I felt very basic with this shit. I don't want to be a basic bitch. Anyway. But, yeah, thank you guys. As always, check us out at linktree.com/UWC4life. Anytime you can hit up our text number on there, which is 315-791-2280. I know it's a goofy number. If you ever know that we are going to be interviewing somebody, you can send us questions ahead of time if you want them read on air, where I can badger these poor workers with your mark questions, you fucking markety marks. All right. You guys have a good one. Bye.